Well, Salt Virtual fam, I am so excited. Even though it sounds like I'm not excited, I am crazy excited because I'm sitting across from some of our worship leaders who have led us in worship for some of these sessions.
My name is Kier, and I'm Central Worship Pastor at Celebration Church, singer and songwriter. Yeah.
And I'm Cicely, and I live here in Nashville, and I'm a singer-songwriter full-time, and also just serve on the worship team at my church, the Belonging Co.
The Belonging Co, yes,
Yeah.
all right, awesome. All right, let me ask you this. How did you guys get started in music and worship? Like, what was that journey like for you? Do you remember those early moments?
You go first? I'll go first. I grew up in the church. Oh, sorry. I grew up in church, started singing at 6, and then at 12 is when I really knew what worship leading was, as a 12-year-old. And,
Sure.
From then on, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I didn't know it could be an occupation, but I knew that I wanted to do it. And so I'm thankful I get to do that now. And I love all things music, whatever, all things arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Cicely?
Yeah, this is so funny. I same kind of vibe. Grew up around music. My parents are both musically inclined, so just was always surrounded by music. And I think when I was in like middle school, I did like a choir concert, and I was like, I could see myself doing this. And then worship just kind of fell into the mix as growing up in a Christian home.
Sure.
And the Lord being invited into the expression of music. So just any form of music and the arts is just like a passion point of mine.
Absolutely, love it. Well, thank you guys. One of the questions I wanted to ask you is, how would you describe worship to someone who has no concept of what it is? Like, how would you describe it to somebody who has no idea what that is? Like when they see us, or see you guys, not me, certainly not. When they see it, certainly not. When they see you all on stage, if they were just happening to just see it, how would you explain to them what's going on?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest misconception is that worship is only for people that are on a stage singing or cultivating something with a musical instrument. But it's not. Like, worship is just the posture of the heart, and whatever you are doing, letting that be the offering to the Lord. And so I believe, like, being a mother, raising your kids is worship.
Sure.
Being an accountant, working in a bank is worship. Like, it's just the posture of your heart towards what you are doing that God has placed you in, and you are offering it back to Him with your life.
Sure.
And I do think, obviously, like, the Christian church, the Western church has definitely made worship like a thing that's like, oh, the people on the stage making music, and there's a beauty to that. But I think it's ultimately the posture of the heart, but also as someone who is like facilitating worship musically, one thing that I just the Lord just kind of revealed to me is, like, in the Word, in Genesis, when God like creates something and calls it good, the Hebrew word for good in that context in Genesis is tov, T-O-V. And the direct like definition of that is good, true, and beautiful. And so I think it's just whatever we are doing with our lives, whatever we are cultivating, if it is good, it is true, and it is beautiful, then it is worship. It is reflecting God back to God. It is being a creative, reflecting our Creator. And so if the art form that we take on is, music, and that's the medium that we operate in, I think that is like just what we're doing, is we're cultivating something that is good, true, and beautiful for people to see Creator reflected in what we are cultivating on a platform.
Yeah.
So
I love that so much. When you were talking, what I thought of is worship is like our response. Our response to God in every moment.
We were created to make melody to the Lord.
Yeah.
And say worship leader. First of all, worship leader is not even in the Bible.
Right.
But He said, "My creation, let my creation sing." So we are to sing, whether you can sing or not. It's a joyful noise, and it's about the spirit in which you do it. And when you're in a room like it doesn't matter just to hear the room sing. Everybody in the room can't technically sing like beautifully, but the spirit in which it is done is beautiful. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Just sing to the Lord. Because He hears something different than what we hear. Our little ears can't hear what the Lord is hearing.
Amen.
When you pour out your heart to Him and you're singing.
100%.
So just sing to Him.
Thank you guys so much for spending time with us.
Thank you.